I don't have to be thinking about whether I'm making $1 from them or not. That's not the important part. The important part is there value being generated from both the time spent working on the product to make it possible and from the people that are using the product to enable something that they couldn't do before. Hey, I'm Russ, and I'm the CEO of LiveKit. LiveKit is infrastructure that makes it really easy for any developer to build applications that use real-time streaming audio or video. There's a variety of users that are using LiveKit now, and they range across many different use cases. There's a company called Prepared, for example, that deploys us in 911 dispatch centers. LiveKit actually runs 25% of 911, which is pretty incredible. We also have companies like OpenAI that are using us to power voice mode for ChatGPT. So anytime that you talk to GPT, talk to your assistant in the ChatGPT app, you're actually transmitting that data over LiveKit's network. LiveKit has raised to date about $37 million. Most recently, we just closed a Series A that was led by Altimeter for $22.5 million. Some of the investors in the round also include amazing angel investors that are focused in AI, like Arvind Srinivas at Perplexity, Jeff Dean, who is the chief scientist at Google, Elad Gil, and others. I think there are two primary core values of the team. The first core value of the team is trust. When you work with people that are really great, you bring them onto the team, you interview them, and a lot of bigger companies don't actually trust them to be experts at what they do. And sometimes even in cases micromanage. I've seen that happen at companies I've worked for. The thing that we do differently is we place a lot of trust in people that join the company. If you end up joining the team, you're joining for a reason, and we're trusting you to move the ball forward, to make progress, and do that fairly independently. So we give people the space to be able to go and make the hard decisions, to fail, and to get up and figure out why they failed and do better the next time. So trust is one. I think the second core value is speed. The only advantage that you have as a startup, the only advantage is speed. Bigger companies are going to have more money than you, more people than you, have more traction than you. The only thing that you really can control is how fast you move. And so that's a core tenet of how we run and operate LiveKit as well. Similar to my time at Twitter, where I would lie in bed and search for something that I built and see tweets rolling in, when I experienced workershigh at LiveKit, it's by being an open source project and having a whole community of people that are every day building something around LiveKit. Every day we have someone joining that is posting about something new that they're building using our platform. That gives me a worker's high. I get to talk to people in the community every single day that are building something new and different and are asking me or telling me feedback about what could be better or what they need that we don't have yet that we can go and build. And so for me, that just gets me amped up every single day, and it gives me that worker's high and the motivation to keep going every single day. Ever since I was a kid, I've always been afraid of death. And I think when I think about death, when I think about mortality, I think about how time is the only non-renewable resource. Our time here is limited. I love life, I'm very happy. It's not meant to be a morbid thing, but when I think broadly about what I want to accomplish in my life when I look back, it's that I want to make sure that the time that I've spent was worth it. And the way it's worth it is by doing something that is going to be bigger than myself and move humanity forward in a positive way. People have asked me about where do I see LiveKit going and where do I want to see it go. I talk about I want to build the transport layer, the delivery layer for the transport network for AI. I want to power every camera and microphone in the future. And I think that an outcome like that would be amazing, just because the way that people use the camera and the microphone can be incredible. We power 911. There's a life saved every single week from someone that has a heart attack that broadcast video and the dispatch agent coaches them on administering CPR, every single week someone's life is saved from that agent using video to coach someone on how to deliver CPR in the moment. And so I think it's important that while I have ambition for where LiveKit is going to go and the impact that it might have in the future, it's also really important for me to celebrate that we've already been successful. No matter what happens to the company, I've already gotten so much value from the time that I've put in and the effort I've put into the company. There are NGOs in India that help people get access to education and coursework that exist in other universities around the world that they wouldn't normally be able to afford. They can sit in on classes and access those things, and that uses LiveKit as well. They all use LiveKit open source. They don't use LiveKit cloud, but they're my favorite use cases. They are things that truly affect the world and move things forward and change humanity. And I don't have to be thinking about whether I'm making $1 from them or not. That's not the important part. The important part is there value being generated from both the time spent working on the product to make it possible and from the people that are using the product to enable something that they couldn't do before.